Hi, Kevin.
Hello.
Hey, thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. Season two was a hell of a ride, to say the
Oh,
least.
great.
Yay.
Without giving anything away, though, but the way a certain situation was approached, like I really like the back end approach. Like, you know, it was just
We
really out
know what
there.
you're talking about.
Yep.
Can't always take your problems head on.
Yeah. First question: how has your fan bases changed since season one? You have your fans from the original live stream and everything. Like the graphic novels and everything from there. But now that you're on Prime Video and have such a huge platform, how has your fan base kind of grown? And do you see a difference from fans of the original live stream versus fans who got into it from just the series?
It's definitely grown by yeah, by the nature of just this show being seen not just here in America but all over the world. It's been dubbed into, I don't know, 17 different languages or something like that. Check me on that. But then also subtitled in many more, and we've definitely seen new faces in the critter fandom, and new excitement and people discovering the streaming show because they came to it from the Prime Video series. We've seen people pick up our comic books and stuff because they want to know more about the origins of these characters, and it's wonderful. I think any way in is a good way in, not just to our story, but to all of fantasy storytelling and role playing games in general, because it's a really cool place to be, and you don't have to necessarily be a nerd to enjoy stories like these. You just have to be someone who likes stories.
Yeah, I love that answer. Thank you. Your bodies of work are expansive. I could spend my rest of the time just trying to read one of your lists. Can you can you tell me the difference between playing your characters who you've intimately helped craft and create and develop over so many years versus going out for a role?
Well, both are fantastic. It's we've loved for years to go put on the hero's cape or be a robot or be a turtle, to be on stage or be in any kind of medium as a performer or writer or director, or well, we'll stick to performer here. But what we're doing here, being creator owned and taking our own creations and seeing them live for years and years to come is just a whole other thing. And I there's nothing in my career that I find as rewarding and just creatively inspiring. And I just, I get out of bed every day, even if I'm exhausted from a parenting thing, or if I'm having a bad day or a hard day or a good day. Every day I know that I'm going to be expanding our universe, telling stories with my best friends. Like, that's the baseline now. So, I don't, grateful doesn't even cover it. We're very, very fortunate, and we're just trying to work hard enough to be worthy of it. Been a pretty amazing journey.
Thank you. That's great. Last question. From you got the Funko Pops, you got the McFarlane figures, you got miniatures coming out. What has been your favorite kind of collectible version of yourself,
Huh.
or so far?
That's a great question. Um, I think it's hard not to mention the sideshow statues that we have. Still are Some are still being released. We had the amazing privilege to actually go and tour sideshow and get to see some of the process of how they made them and see the statues up close. And considering we're all nerds who have been going to San Diego Comic-Con far before we were even in this industry, and looking through the glass at all of the amazing statues at the sideshow booth, and then these past couple of Comic-Cons actually having our own characters in the sideshow booth, there were tears. It was wild. That was definitely a wild full circle.
That was a pretty great day seeing Keyleth and Wonder Woman and
Yeah.
Voltron only a few steps away from each other
Yeah.
at Sideshow. Was pretty great.
I've also really loved seeing it's not merch, but I've loved seeing the cosplay that has come out of both the streaming series and the animated series. It's awesome to see in the cosplay world some of the costuming and styling from the animated series making its way to
Making this way.
making its way to the cosplay world, because that's, I don't know, it's special and it's handmade, and that's so cool.
Seeing a cat dressed as my character was pretty gratifying. That was pretty great.
That's true.
That's awesome.
That's
Shout out
true.
to cat cosplay.
Cat cosplay. Heck yeah.
Yep.
That's my thank you so much for taking the time today. Can't wait for everyone to see season 2.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
so much.